she smiles at me, it is crooked. Her gaze avoids mine and rests at the bridges of my nose, and she says it's because I have his eyes. When I asked her what loss felt like, she said it was memories she didn't choose to keep. But she kept his necklace close and wore it night and day. It poked at her while she slept, but it was a gift of his she would always hold. She still feels his pulse on her chest, for nights when she needed to shorten the distance from his to hers, but now their distance is lost in time. He lives on an altitude incomprehensible for her to exist only when she replays his voice inside her head in short little skits. Sometimes when she grabs my hand, I feel her tighten up. When her arms enclose in mine, I can feel that she is strong. But when she did the same with him, I always wondered how she found the strength to release what's to be lost. When you lost your dad, you lost me too. Our smiles became unsynchronized, like salt into coffee and couples in separate beds. You held out your arms and I ran towards your palms before I realized I am not what you're reaching for. I began to wonder what it would take. How many earthquakes would have to crack our platonic plates for you to realize that platonic is anything but us? How many tsunamis would you need to wash out your ears, to hear my heart crumbling with each thundering step you take away? How many storms would you seek the power of to electrocute my lungs when they are no longer breathing under the tide of your tears? When you are caught up in one person, you trip over the other, and I have been scratched and kicked under my bones. When, Mom, did I become the tissue in your hand rather than the pollen to your garden? When did I start reminding you of crooked picture frames, oil-stained walls, hairy carpets, the satin wrap to your food plate that still lets air through because it never found the strength to hold grudges as tight as you? When did our ties rip apart like Velcro without an exaggeration in the sound that it makes? When did I become the blame for your gray patches, calloused heels, stained fingernails, the eyelids that still see the darkness in the world even when they are open? The space between your room and mine was fatal territory, marked by water's calm blue before I flooded through. I tried to come closer, but got the shock of your doorknob. You yell at me like a car alarm, but I've started singing along. My last response from you was when I taught you to repeat what hurts so that it would eventually lose its meaning. You haven't stopped saying our names since.